oh my soul.
Chers et frères, chers amis, bonsoir. Mes frères et mes sœurs, bonsoir et bon sabbat.
Bonsoir.
Nous voulons saluer Bethany 2 qui est branché pour capable suivre le programme l'ensemble avec nous. Et nous voulons remercier parce qu'on choisit pour capable suivre séance de formation ça, qui pourra aller baser sur Duro Enrollment, que nous pourrons expliquer aux avantages et désavantages qui gagnent là-dedans et qui discipline élèves supposés gagner lorsque ils enrôlés. So, après-midi, je souhaiter vous bienvenue dans le programme là et bonne participation et encourager pour poser des questions. Pour nous capables de commencer, je invite à mettre debout et ensemble, nous allons aller exécuter les strophes du numéro 508. Après ça, nous allons lire dans le livre des Ecclésiastes au chapitre 7, les versets 11 et 12, pardon. Ecclésiastes 7, versets 11 et 12. Et après ça, nous allons les frères William pour capable conduire nous dans la prière. Numéro 508, Seigneur, mon âme soupire après tes divins parvis pour t'écouter et m'instruire à tes pieds toujours assis. Seigneur, mon âme soupire après tes divins parvis pour t'écouter et m'instruire à tes pieds, toujours assis. Forme-moi pour ton service, à ton école, ô Jésus. Que par ton esprit je puisse prêcher ton nom perdu. Seigneur, répand dans mon âme, flot sur flot de ton esprit, qu'ainsi brûlant de ta flamme, en moi tout mal soit détruit. Forme-moi pour ton service, à ton école, ô Jésus. Que par ton esprit je puisse prêcher ton nom perdu. Dans tes portes herbes fertiles, nourris mon cœur affamé, car si près des eaux tranquilles, par toi je sois transformé. Forme-moi pour ton service, à ton école, ô Jésus. Que par ton esprit je puisse prêcher ton nom perdu. Seigneur, tu sais toutes choses, je t'aimais, je suis à toi. De moi tout entier dispose, je suis l'esclave du roi. Forme-moi pour ton service, à ton école, ô Jésus. Que par ton esprit je puisse prêcher ton nom perdu. Nous allons suivre la lecture de la parole de Dieu dans Ecclésiastes chapitre 7, les versets 11 et 12. Ecclésiastes chapitre 7, versets 11 et 12. La sagesse vaut autant qu'un héritage, et même plus que ceux qui voient le soleil. Car à l'ombre de sa sagesse, de la sagesse, on est abrité comme à l'ombre de l'argent. Mais un avantage de la science, c'est que la sagesse fait vivre ceux qui la possèdent. Car à l'ombre de la sagesse, on est abrité comme à l'ombre de l'argent. Mais un avantage de la science, c'est que la sagesse fait vivre ceux qui la possèdent. Amen. Prions le Seigneur.
Coupez tête nous pour la prière. Merci notre Dieu, Papa nous qui est dans le ciel là pour le week-end ça que vous avez voué pour nous éternels des armées. Un week-end côté là n'a instruit, un week-end côté là Seigneur vous voyez serviteurs, servantes pour capable instruire nous comment nous devons conduire envers et comment nous devons conduire envers la société. Nous demandons pour que le Saint-Esprit soit capable avec nous pardonner péché nous prions au nom de Jésus. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Bien avant, nous faisons place à speaker nous dire, nous pour aller pour un petit temps pour nous capable expliquer selon dictionnaire Merriam-Webber qui ça éducation est et qui ça dual enrollment est. Et après ça, nous allons prendre un petit temps pour nous adorer bon Dieu. Le nous fin adorer bon Dieu, nous avons speaker une chance pour capable parler de sujet ça. Selon le dictionnaire Merriam-Webber, l'éducation est l'action ou le processus d'éduquer ou d'être éduqué. Elle peut être considérée comme la transmission des valeurs et des connaissances accumulées par une société. En ce sens, cela équivaut à ce que les spécialistes des sciences sociales appellent socialisation ou inculturation. Et c'est l'optique ça après-midi à nous avons éduqué sur le sujet qui est le dual enrollment. What is dual enrollment? It is the practice of permitting high school students to enroll in college early. It is used to be considered a strategy restricted to high academic achievement students, despite its use in the past as an alternative mostly reserved for students who demonstrate significantly advanced achievement compared with age peer. Some scholars, reformers, have come to see that dual enrollment or early college entry as a possible strategy for supporting the academic engagement and higher level of education performance for a broader of students. This afternoon, our speaker will explain in detail what dual enrollment entails. They will talk to you about the advantages and disadvantages of dual enrollment, the discipline one should take while you enroll, and how the parent could support their children to achieve their goal. Après-midi, speaker yo pral parler nous de qui ça dual enrollment yé en détail. Yo pral di nou ki discipline yo étudiant doit gagner lorsqu'on enrôlé et comment yon parent capable aider petit yo achever but yo. So après-midi, département éducation would like to welcome you to this information session. Et nous t'aimerais encourager you. We urge you to ask as many questions as possible. Nous t'aimerais pour un petit temps pour me présenter you, si là après-midi qui va gagner chance pour parler ensemble avec nous de sujets ça. La première personne, c'est Charles Carlin. Charles Carlin moved to Tampa at the age of 3 with her parents in the early 90s and has been in Tampa ever since. She is one out of a total of 7 siblings and also the first graduate of college and the second generation of immigrant parents. She attended Blake High School and ultimately graduated from South University, where she received a degree in social science. Colleen has always been a passionate person. She always has passion for education. And one of her passions is empower the youth to be successful. She is an English teacher at Eisenhower Middle School in Riverview, and she is strive to help her people become successful in this country. So her passion is teaching. So this afternoon, she will have passion, with the passion that she has, she will talk to you about dual enrollment. Professor Luke Joseph. He has taught dual enrollment college mathematics at Academy Broad College for 2 years, 2014 through 2016. He has been teaching college mathematics for a total of 15 years. Teaching has always been his passion. Currently, he's a full-time professor at Hillsborough Community College, where he's still teaching mathematics. He received his bachelor degree in engineering from the University of Miami, his master's degree in mathematics in University of West Florida, and currently he is working on his doctorate degree. He's working on his dissertation at the same college, University of West Florida. He's a father of 2 children. He's married to beautiful Edlin Luke and have 2 kids, a 12-year-old and an 8-year-old. His passion also is teaching. So this afternoon, him as well will teach you passionately about dual enrollment. So before we hear them, before we listen to what they have to tell us this afternoon, let us worship Sila qui te créé nous. Et toute ça vle de nous, c'est pour une belle adoration avec louange. N'a pas invité Pristine, n'a pas capable avancer. Let us praise the Lord, and then after that, the 2 people will be will talk to us regarding dual enrollment. Colleen Charles and Luke Joseph. À m'élever avec un cœur bien disposé, bouche moi chanter, Alléluia. À m'élever avec un cœur bien disposé, bouche moi chanter, Alléluia. À m'élever avec un cœur bien disposé, bouche moi chanter, Alléluia. À m'élever avec un cœur bien disposé, bouche moi chanter, Alléluia. À m'élever avec un cœur bien disposé, bouche moi chanter, Alléluia. À m'élever Without further ado, I present to you Professor Charles and Professor Luke.
See. Bon sabbat, tout le monde. Bon sabbat, l'église. How's everyone doing today? Yes, happy Black History Month. I'm excited about that. So, bon commencer. Ou pas ouais, élève moi yo, Maria, Mimi. Those are my former students. I'm so proud of you guys. Um, Hello? Okay, so go ahead. Go ahead.
Avant de débuter, nous allons faire un coup de prière. Okay. So let's bow our heads and we'll pray. So Heavenly Father, we thank you for this opportunity to be here this afternoon, on this Sabbath afternoon. May you help us engage in a meaningful conversation regarding the higher education future of our youth. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen.
All right, so today we're going to talk about the dual enrollment program that's offered here in Hillsborough County and many other places. I tried to translate it for you guys on Woluman Dub. So for my Creole speaking parents, let's move on to the next slide. So what is dual enrollment? Well, it is an accelerated program that's offered to students from 6th grade to the 12th to take college level courses. And so with that, specifically from freshmen and sophomores, in order to even enroll into the program, you should have an unweighted 3.0 GPA. And if you're at the junior or senior level, from there, they do extend it to a 3.5 unweighted GPA. So that's just the first thing you should know about the dual enrollment program and how to even get qualified for it. So quote unquote, yes, the student can be in high school taking college level courses. If the school offers it in person, like at the site, then they can do that as well. It can be implemented in their schedule, but more so students go to ACC, our community college here, and take the courses there, not at USF, just to put that out there. Professor Luke, would you like to touch up on that?
OK. Bon, j'ai l'impression que m'a fait partie créole là pour. Bon, je suis bien content de dire que le programme dual enrollment là, tout étudiant à partir de middle school, parce que c'est une fausse idée parfois parents ont gagné. Je pense que faut que les gens déjà dans high school pour participer dans le programme dual enrollment là. C'est pas ça du tout. À partir de middle school, étudiant qui a commencé pour une classe dual enrollment dans le collège. Par exemple, je rappelle, le semestre dernier, moi j'étais une étudiante 12 ans. À 12 ans, d'apprendre une classe dans le collège. Une fois que tu as commencé middle school, les qualifiés pour commencer pour une classe dual enrollment dans le collège. Merci.
Okay, so then let's move on to our next slide. Or actually, one thing we did miss out on, so dual enrollment program that's offered in Hillsborough County, there is no cost. So, ou pas gain pour payer pour élèves yo participer dans le programme ça. So that's one of the main advantages of the dual enrollment program, right? It gives your student a head start before they enroll into university. And so you're gonna save a lot of money as a parent if you're able to enroll your child into this program, right? With this packet that everyone's gonna receive afterwards or in between our presentation here, it's gonna break down the cost of like courses at ACC in comparison to USF. So seeing all of those numbers is just to highlight more of the advantage of the fact that you don't have to pay for tuition or for books. So the only part the student has to do is go to class, complete their work and assignment, All of this is at no cost at all. But like we mentioned in the previous, or the slide here, how it starts with having the required GPA that lets them know that you're qualified for this program. So with that being the case, some of the courses that are offered at the college level, for example, English composition, quote unquote, they're kind of taking the same classes, academic core classes, but at the collegiate level. So if you look on this slide here, it kind of breaks it down. I've also posted a link, if you guys can, if you want to take a picture, that link lets you see all the course that is offered online. So there's a whole layout of that for you as well. You can pick up on that.
Okay, like Sister Charles said, programme dual enrollment là pas coûté rien du tout. C'est un bel avantage parce que l'on considère que un crédit dans Hillsborough Community College vaut $104.39. Et puis majorité classe c'est 3 crédits. Si vous multipliez 3 par 104.39, ça a déjà plus que $313. Donc pour chaque classe, si vous avez une possibilité pour sauver $313. Et puis, un autre facteur pour considérer, avant que Timounio transféré dans l'université, dans le USF ou bien dans l'autre université, il y a gagné un Associate of Arts degree dans Hillsborough Community College ou bien dans Pasco College, il doit St. Pete College. Pour gagner un Associate of Arts degree, il m'a donné au moins 60 crédits. Imaginez, si vous multipliez 60 par 104.39 dans Hillsborough Community College, nous avons l'équivalent comme si nous a sauvé à cause de participer dans le programme de enrollment. Donc, ce sont vraiment un bel avantage. Mais son conversation pour nous commencer à gagner de très tôt à étudiants, à Timon pour avoir avantage. Parce que là, nous avançons plus dans la conversation, on a que il y a des inconvénients aussi. Je vais quitter Sister Charles à avancer, on a avantage toujours, et puis après, on a pas inconvénient.
Okay, so also what you see on this slide here is a differentiation of what dual enrollment is. So for my students, if you heard of the AP course, or if you are taking an AP course, that's kind of the same with dual enrollment, right? They're both rigorous, accelerated courses, so it's going to be more challenging than your regular core academic classes that you may be taking at middle school or high school level. And to piggyback on middle school, from my knowledge of before you can get to enrollment 2, they also offer high school credits. So that's in a way very advantageous to you guys as well. So if you're a middle school student, by the 8th grade, you can already be taking high school credit classes, for example, nutrition, wellness, or Spanish 1, as well as pre-algebra. That's all towards the goal of enrolling into the dual enrollment program, okay? And so I've kind of broken that down in the box like you can see here. I can't really see from my end, but that's a touch up on the courses that is offered. So again, all of this is available online as well. So if you got a chance to copy the link down or take a picture of it, you can go on ACC's website to see that information. Back to how your child gets qualified, right? So again, 3.0 GPA, and yes, your GPA can start even at the middle school level, hence what I've mentioned about taking high school courses. But if you're way past that point and that is how you can possibly take dual enrollment or join the dual enrollment program through middle school level. So that is quote unquote all you really need to be qualified. In addition to, most schools in Hillsborough County work alongside with ACC, so it doesn't matter where you're at, what school you're at right now, the program is available to you as well, as far as qualification. Did you want to add on to that, Mr.
Yeah, that's correct. So you don't have to be enrolled in a public school. You can be in a charter school, a private school, you still qualify for dual enrollment.
Okay, so with that being the case, let's talk about the deadlines. The deadline has ended as of January 23 if you were to take courses now. So what you have coming up, the enrollment period is now open. The deadline is April 7th, 2023. Very important dates to remember. Now with this new enrollment period, this is for summer courses. So if you plan to enroll, attempt to apply, then you will be seeking to take summer courses this year and moving forward as well. So then, once that enrollment period ends, they'll open up another enrollment period for the following spring later on this year. So, and another deadline that's mentioned here in the slide, right, that's for the fall. So for the fall, after April 7th, then you have the next following deadline, May 19, 2023. So they're pretty back to back. So you and your child made that decision as far as when would be the best time to enroll and apply and see yourself taking those courses, right? Because as you know, like, you're still a student already taking additional courses, so keep that in mind. I really highly suggest you guys aim for the summer, because we're not having hot boy, hot girl summer. No, it's in the books, y'all. Stay in these books, okay? And look at it as, take dual enrollment now, so then you can look towards that lifestyle later on in the future, all right? So that's what I have on deadlines.
Ok, vous parlez de délai pour summer avec fall. Tu me touches aspect ça tout. Le petit moun yo appliqué pour programme dual enrollment là, c'est combien de crédits que vous prend maximum? Dans conversation nous gagnons, on moun doit deviner. 6 10.
That's the right number.
Yeah, that's the correct answer. Si moun yo ka prend up to 10 crédits, yo va ka dépasser 10 crédits. Parce que à partir de 12 crédits, yo vini un étudiant full time dans collège là que nous pas vle. Parce que nous pas vle que ou dans high school ou enroll dans high school et puis dans collège là où sont étudiants full time à la fois. C'est ça qui fait nous permettre étudiants de prendre jusqu'à 10 crédits chaque semestre. Et puis, un autre aspect encore, dans le collège, il y a deux façons que délivrer classe. Que délivrer classe face-to-face, étudiants viennent dans la classe normalement, le plus souvent 2 fois par semaine, et puis délivrer classe online aussi. Pour participer dans le cours qu'a fait online, il faut étudiant déjà dans 10th grade. Si étudiant pas dans 10th grade, il va pas prendre cours online. So 10th grade or higher, pour étudiant qui a qualifié pour prendre cours online. S'il dans middle school ou bien non li enroll below 10th grade, la obligé prendre cours face à face seulement, face to face on campus.
And that's with no transportation provided. So keep all those things in mind if you see yourself possibly enrolling into this program. So parents, you will have to provide that transportation to campus, off campus. Piggybacking off what Professor Luke has said, like, it's up to you guys, and that's on your time. You got to be able to balance that. The online option is not available unless you're at the sophomore level or higher. So that's one thing to keep in mind. But as you guys know, Tampa has 5 ACC campuses, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, they do.
5 campuses, and so all campuses, the program is offered in all campuses. So find one that's closest to you or your school. And that hopefully can make things more manageable alongside with that. From here, our last slide. So again, this is the last link. We're gonna go back to that part. So I prepared a very short, simple slide, but we have more that we're gonna touch up on as far as this live slide that I have presented for you guys, and we also have a printout of what we've shared over the screen. So you'll have the application link available to you. If you want to take a picture of it now, you can. From here, before we go on to questions, we're going to still touch up on some of the disadvantages of participating in a dual enrollment program and some other benefits that was left out from the PowerPoint. So do you want to talk about the disadvantages?
Ok, mon conversation, moi toujours besoin de toucher sur, tant qu'on m'a dit, both sides of the coin. Nous déjà parlé de avantages du enrollment, mais faut pas toujours mettre dans tête nous que bagaille est toujours rose. Faut considérer que il doit avoir des inconvénients. Par exemple, de Sister Charles mentionnait transportation. Le petit moun yo dans dual enrollment, yo pas ba transportation. Il faut nous organiser nous qui j'en a mené yo dans collège là pour prendre cours et le cours fini qui j'en nous pas chercher yo. Par exemple, une bagaille qu'on a remarqué, le m'a enseigné dans Hillsborough Community College, chaque semestre, nous avons plusieurs étudiants dual enrollment. Imaginez que doit terminer à 3h40, même pas j'en quitter immédiatement, qu'on va terminer à 3h40, 4h10, 4h15, où est-ce qu'on a toujours été sous la croix, la temps de venir chercher. Donc 45 minutes, 1 heure de temps, classe finie longtemps, si vous n'avez pas de transportation, la temps de parents viennent chercher. Imaginez aux parents ça là qui travaillent 4h30, 5h. Regarde, si la classe a terminé depuis 3h40, il arrête jusqu'à 2 heures de temps avant de venir pick-up. Il faut nous considérer tout bagage ça. Et puis, on l'autre inconvénient encore. Il faut nous mettre dans la tête nous que classe d'enrollment est plus challenging. La demande pour les étudiants faire plus d'efforts. Et puis, si par exemple, étudiant struggle dans la classe là, une fois que l'étudiant dans le collège, pas qu'il a fait parent-teacher conference, non? Ou pas demander pour aller rencontrer un professeur collège là, non? C'est vous-même qui connaissez pour aborder les gens, pour une conversation avec eux, pour qu'ils aient pour remédier la situation. Parce que ou pas de droit pour contacter le professeur. À moins que l'étudiant, depuis l'étape enroll dans le programme, il était signé ça relais fair par waiver. Il était par un droit pour pas avoir accès avec academic records dans l'école. Otherwise, ou pas qu'à mêler dans la performance dans l'école. C'est lui-même seulement comme ça. Égal, c'est lui-même qui pourra login pour montrer la performance dans la classe collégiale. Parce qu'on n'a pas accès à ça. Par exemple, je regarde les petits gens, je n'ai pas besoin de qui grade yo gain. Je une qui à peine commencé middle school, une elementary school. Moi tout simplement login sur le website Pasco County, moi tout grade yo gain, pas besoin de yo. Mais le petit monde dans le collège, ou pas qu'à faire ça non? C'est lui même qui pour dire oui. Il faut nous considérer tout ça yo, gain avantage et puis gain inconvénient. Et puis aspect, je pense plus gros inconvénient. Est-ce que ti moun nan gen assez maturité pour la prendre cours dans un campus collège? Imaginez nous te dit nous semestre dernier m'te gon ti moun 12 ans qui a prend cours d'enrollment. Là dans environnement collège là ti moun nan fait face à tout le monde. Même ancien prisonnier. Il faut nous considérer aspect ça yo. Par exemple, quand on a un étudiant qui a un bracelet de cheville, ankle bracelet, il est dans la salle de classe là. Si on a observé ça tout, est-ce que on mature enough? Le ça pour qu'on qui peut réagir. Le fini, faut nous considérer que si on a moins que 18 ans, majorité camarades de classe a bien plus que 18 ans. Qui j'en parle interact avec camarades de classe, est-ce que vous êtes prêts pour ça? Égal, faut nous une conversation à Timoun, connaît qui genre de Timoun nous gagne, et puis est-ce que déterminer est-ce que le prêt pour commencer le programme de enrollment là? On a l'autre difficulté encore. Imaginons que Timoun arrive dans la classe là, dans le campus là, il n'est pas senti confortable. Timoun nous doit être très intelligent, mais socialement, émotionnellement, il doit pas être prêt pour le prendre cours dans le collège. Et puis, s'il fait bad grade, ou tu cherché avantage, ou tu cherché comme si pour le faire programme de enrollment là, pour une save corps, le transférer dans l'université, en façon pour avoir besoin de prendre student loan. S'il arrive dans le campus là, il n'a pas senti à l'aise. Il va commencer à avoir bad performance. Il va commencer à avoir C's and D's. Guess what? Those C's and D's, they're not going to go away. Le transfert dans l'USF, vous ne regarder C's and D's ça yo. Le SH que a pas accepté dans l'USF. Et qu'elle n'a pas cherché avantage, en même temps tout, faut nous bien planifier. OK? Faut nous une conversation à Timonio, quand qui Timon nous gagne, est-ce que le mature enough pour commencer un programme d'enrollment là?
I definitely agree with you, Professor Luke. Like, for my students, I love to speak to y'all directly. You know, if this is something you see that you're interested in, or there's a possibility that you can possibly get accepted, keep that in mind. You know, your maturity level, there's big age gap, right? because we already know the ages that we're working with. So once you enter the college setting, think about all of that and take into consideration. You got to make sure your social skills is on point, right? Because it's no cracking jokes in class, being on your phone. You honestly can be on your phone, but you might fail that class. And so like Professor Luke touched up on the challenges that may come alongside with being part of the dual enrollment program, well, you know, like it was mentioned, let's say you are taking the course, what if you don't pass? That will follow you, that's on record now, right? The benefit of the dual enrollment program is you can graduate high school with a diploma and your associate degree. So what we're saying with that is, let's say you failed 1 or 2 classes in between, all that is gonna follow you. So quote unquote, just imagine you already went to ACC, you knocked out your 2 years. Well, when it comes time to transfer and apply at a university, they're gonna look at all those things. So you just wanna be intentional about what you're getting into, okay? So that it can be a whole successful journey for yourself, right? We aiming for a B or higher, not a C. C's get you degrees, don't listen to that. B or higher, okay? But the overall benefit and everything that we're sharing with you is you can be way ahead of the game, right? Way ahead of your graduating class. So keep all that in mind towards that decision making. Now we have the floor open to questions, if anyone have any questions. Anybody? Yes.
Yes.
We got a hand right behind the lady in the black.
Hello. So my question is, when you guys said like it's 10 credits, how many classes would that be? Because I know like there are some classes that are like 3 credits, and then there are some classes that are 4 credits. So it's like, because I know like after you graduate high school, when you go to college, there's supposed to be like certain classes that you need in order for you to have that degree. And most of these classes, they're like 3 credit per hours or like 4 credits. So to meet the 10 credits, to be able to participate in the dual enrollment, how many classes would that be?
That's a very good question. Sister Charles, do you want me to answer that?
Yeah, that averages around like 3 courses. So 10 is the max credit level that you can enroll into a course for. So for example, let's say you got into dual enrollment by the 10th grade, sophomore grade level. So then that means, let's say every summer you want to take at least up to 3 classes. That's the most you can take, right? Because like you mentioned, some courses can be 4 to 3 credits. So I think they just cap it at 10, just in case whatever course you apply for falls along that line. But the max, let's just say it's averaging is per semester, if that answers your question.
So it will be a minimum of 2 courses, because you cannot take more than 10 credits. So imagine that the 2 courses, you have one course which is a 4 credit course, and another course which is a 5 credit course. So that's already 9 credits. So to have those 10 credits, it will be a minimum of 2 courses. Usually 3, because most of the courses are 3 credit courses. So minimum of 2, and usually 3 courses.
Do we have any other? Oh, go ahead.
Hello. So when it comes to taking dual enrollment courses, do they tell you what type of textbooks that you need and what exactly is necessary for the class? Because I've only heard it from my school that they don't really, that you have to ask the professor first to ask like, what do I need for the course after you've taken the PERT. So is that true, yes or no?
Do you want me to answer that?
Okay.
I'll go ahead and answer it. Yeah, that's a very good question. For example, if you are doing dual enrollment at HCC, Hillsborough Community College, once you sign up for your courses, you can see exactly which textbooks are required. So you can sign up at least 6 weeks before the course starts. So 6 weeks before the course starts, you'll know exactly what's required for the course. The other thing, that textbook is going to be provided to you. So you don't have to worry about, how am I going to get my textbook? It will be given to you. All your textbook will be free.
For dual enrollment. Now, if you're graduating from high school, then you go to ACC, that's different. But through the dual enrollment program, all those things are taken care of. Like, there's no fee to it at all. So going into the process, keep that in mind. But let's break down the steps of that a little bit more, right? So the links have been posted. There is steps to it. So you gotta apply first. Now, once you apply, quote unquote, look at it as you're officially an ACC student. So what comes alongside with that too, you're gonna wanna speak to an advisor, and that's gonna be recommended to you as well, right? So you're gonna go to the advisor, and they're gonna talk about the whole breakdown of what classes you need to take, right? What's gonna be applied towards your degree. Keep that in mind as well. So, you know, from this end looking at it, it may seem so like, what do I do next? But there's people in place to walk you through all those steps, and there's resources available to you guys. But the first step is to apply like an actual student and get enrolled into the program. But I believe that's available to you, where you can speak to an advisor who's in place to kind of help you break down your whatever program you're going to enter into to make sure you're taking the right classes. Because also too, with enrolling into dual enrollment program, there's prerequisites. So depending on what class you have to take, you want to be sure that you have taken or whatever classes you need to take in order to get into that particular course that you're aiming for, that you have taken it. But the first step is to apply.
Yeah, one thing I want to add, don't be scared like to talk to your college faculty. Like if you are struggling, walk up to your professor in the classroom, present yourself, ask for help. So don't be scared, don't be shy.
I think we had a hand in the back first. Okay.
M'a dit nous merci pour l'opportunité ça pour force courage nous déplacer pour nous venir aider parents nous yo avec ti moun nou yo. Moi question nan c'est about question pas nan c'est qui différence qui gagne entre les ti moun fin graduate high school and then they have to go na community college for 2 years and after that pour transférer grade na college là. So what is est-ce que si vous n'allez fin graduate high school, il pas straight go to college instead? Prend 2 ans après ça, pour traverser parce que des fois grade si vous n'a fait 2 ans ça pas traverser dans l'université là qui différence?
So là di différence so ça n'a présenté aujourd'hui c'est pour yo pas gain pour yo add dans tout process ça, right? So là ça ka éliminer toute année ça yo ka mettre dans collège, right? So avantage programme ça c'est pour yo ka directement pas dans men university après yo graduate high school. So programme ça la offre yo pour yo déjà gain 2 années yo fait dans ACC, so yo recevoir en bas c'est associate degree. Ça li marqué comme si on s'est 2 années dans collège yo déjà fin fait. Après ça yo ka recevoir diplôme dans high school même là. So if your student doesn't take that route, then yes, the traditional route that is offered, they can do the 2+2, so which is 2 years at ACC and 2 years at university. In my opinion, that really has to do more so with the financial part of things. You save a lot much more money by attending a community college for 2 years and then transferring over at a university. Ça pas veut dire élève n'a pas qu'à aller directement là dans university fait 4 années là. So you save plus cob là you fait 2 années dans ACC après ça à dans université même si you pas dans programme ça. But depuis you entrer dans programme ça, y a déjà dans advance ça bénéficie parce que you déjà gain des bagages là you saute high school. You pas besoin de temps jusqu'à ce que après you fini high school.
So pendant qu'on y a yo l'école là, yo ka appliquer pour programme ça. So pour apprendre from programme là, et bien plus y a pas apprendre from l'école yo.
Let me add something.
Est-ce que me comprendre ou bien me pas comprendre parce que il y a des fois si mon ali même la struggle à faire ça lui même la fait dans l'école dans high school déjà et pour lui gon l'autre programme la pay attention to lui pour lui faire un autre bagage est-ce que il parle le confusing.
Bon, vous posez une très belle question parce que je trouve que question d'un grand aspect économique en même temps, un aspect social avec émotionnel. Par exemple, sous conversation à Timoun, où elle n'a pas un niveau de maturité, pendant la high school, elle n'a pas un niveau de maturité pour commencer à prendre classe collège, je trouve que c'est préférable pour quitter le gradué dans la high school là, avant d'aller dans le collège. Des avantages ça gagne parce que l'elle prend un programme d'enrollment là, classe collège yo free, il pas payer. Mais une fois que le gars est gradué high school, classe yo pas free encore. Et imaginons que si moun n'a pas de financial aid, il pas qualifié pour financial aid. Par exemple, parents a fait trop cob, il dit que si moun n'a pas qualifié pour le financial aid. Le ça ou pral subir aspect économique là. Il doit être obligé de payer pour lui parce qu'il a déjà gradué high school. Mais je trouve l'aspect social là, émotionnel là, il faut considérer le tout. Parce que si vous ou indiqué que ou balancer bagaille ou elle pas prêt pour commencer le collège, bon, quitter le terminer dans high school là d'abord.
Est-ce que si tu as un free ouais, est-ce que still besoin programme ça? Si tu n'as pas si tu as les qualifié pour collège, donc ça veut dire qu'il va have to payer.
Très belle question.
Pour collège, so
Si-
you get active enough, baby.
Yeah, si vous avez déjà des grants, scholarships, il n'est pas même obligé de passer par community college pour faire 2 ans, non?
Okay.
Il doit aller à l'université directement.
Thank you.
De rien. Merci.
We had another hand here, the lady in the maroon shirt.
Yeah. I was just, okay, so I don't think you guys understood what the question she asked.
Okay.
So, bénéfice qui gagne dans les que tu m'as fait dual enrollment là pendant qu'elle est dans high school là, c'est que li save li 2 ans parce que des carrières que ou apprend si carrière là c'est 6 ans qu'elle y est côté que ou fait 2 ans dans community college et puis après ça pour faire 4 ans dans université so pendant qu'elle est dans high school là il a fait 2 ans qu'elle était supposé faire dans communauté quand elle fini avec il a gradué ensemble avec associé et puis il tout transféré dans université c'est ça qui bénéficie la donne et puis après ça like and then like it's it all depends on how they can do it, and then also like other classes as well, like si ta coup classe yo si yo prend yo nan lek yo supposé prend yo and then attack yo supposé prend yo.
Thank you. We have
Bonsoir.
one here.
Moi, je voulais faire une rectification. Est-ce que pour ti moun yo enroll pour mois d'avril, là, c'est 7 avril?
No,
April 7?
that's the deadline. Li déjà
The
ouvert,
deadline,
it's
you-
already open right now.
Okay, and we have another one, May 19?
Yes, that's for the fall. So if you, after April 7th, you're gonna apply to take classes in the fall.
Okay.
Right now, you're gonna apply to take
For the
classes
summer.
in the summer.
Okay. And I have a question. Est-ce que pour moi gen ti moun ki nan charter school, pour ti moun lan rentre dans programme ça aller dans collège là, est-ce que moi besoin pour whatever supervisor l'école dans charter school bam yon let go pour ti moun nan aller pour le capable enrôler?
I don't believe so. It just memjon sali yo ofi sa by tout timun in Hillsborough County. It doesn't matter what school you're at, charter schools, public schools, or even if they're taking school at home, it is offered to them. The only thing that would be, I would say, if they need a transcript to show proof of their GPA.
Guidance counselor now.
Counselor, yeah.
Guidance counselor a connaît toutes appropriées appropriés pour le prendre pour que mon qui participer dans le programme dual enrollment là.
You talking ou parler de guidance counselor dans
Non,
institution ou
charter
dans
school là.
At,
charter
at the
school.
child's school. So the guidance counselor at the child's school can provide all that information and whatever you need to know in connection to the program. So at the school, the guidance counselor there, you would have to ask them.
Most of the time they don't want to give you the information. Especially charter school, not public school, charter school.
They have to. That's the law. They have to give you that information.
Okay, now I know, and I'm gonna stand behind my case for them to
Definitely.
give me the transcript, whatever.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, someone had their hands over here, raised over here.
All right, so I take school in Pasco, and I wanted to do dual enrollment, and they told me I had to take the PERT exam before that, and I just took it, the PERT exam. So do you have to take the PERT exam, and do you have to pass it before you do dual enrollment?
You don't have to take the PERT exam. It's going to depend on what your ACT or SAT score is. If you have a good SAT scores that places you at college level, you don't have to take the PERT, because you take the PERT, it's for them to know what you have, which English course or which math course you have to begin with. But if you have a solid SAT or ACT score, you don't have to take the PERT. It depends.
I'm in 9th grade. I haven't taken
Okay.
yet.
So you haven't taken it yet.
I took the PERT exam yesterday, but I'm in 9th grade, so I can't take the SAT.
I think,
Okay, so yes. So if you don't qualify yet to take the SAT or the ACT, yes, you have to take the PERT to get place in college level courses.
but you're in Pasco County. I think they're pushing for you to take that test because you're not Hillsborough County, quote unquote, versus just getting any random student at Hillsborough County transcript. So once they see that, and him mentioning these scores is still part of like the application process just to even get in towards college. But as far as the requirements through this program, from what you're sharing with me, you being outside the county could be why they're pushing for you to have to take that particular course. Have you ever taken any high school credit course before the freshman year?
Well, I have, but I'm gonna take dual enrollment at Pasco County.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So it's gonna be offered through your school, or there's a community college there as well?
We have like the Pasco.
Oh, the same thing, oh, okay. So, well, like he said, I'm not really too knowledgeable on them making you take the test.
Yeah, because
But
dual
this
enrollment
requires-
students, they have to be enrolled in the county where they go to school.
Okay,
So since he lives in Pasco, so you have to go to Pasco Hernando Community College. Okay.
okay, then we have.
Question gen, which kind of relatable to what she was saying. I guess it's county per county that have those requirements. Est-ce que les ti moun nan high school là, on connaît les yo sorti, les yo fin gradye, yo gen on test pour yo pran, spécialement si yo pas parler, si anglais pas premier langue yo, pour yo wè ki côté pour yo mette yo. Pendant yo nan high school là, est-ce que yo gen pour yo pran test ça or based on their grade? Est-ce que ça a déjà qualifié yo pour yo just entrer dans I mean HCC pour yo commencer prendre classe yo?
Ok, les ti moun yo rentré dans programme, yo vle rentrer dans programme dual enrollment dans HCC, gen deux aspects nous considérer. Nous garder score ti moun dans SAT ou bien dans ACT. Si score ça yo solide assez et puis yo déterminé que étudiant ka commencer par classe collège, nous pas demander pour prendre l'autre placement test encore. Mais si nous regardons score SAT ou bien ACT, nous avons trouvé que l'eau, le stade a demandé si nous pour prendre PERT exam. C'est à partir de PERT exam dans le collège là que nous allons placer si nous dans le cours que la bien pour prendre dans le collège.
Okay, we had another hand in the back here.
Well, it seems like when it comes to dual enrollment, it seems like it works different in different counties. Because what I know is the guidance counselor is the one that recommend the child to go to dual enrollment. It's the counselor look at the grade, look how well the student is doing, and decide to send the student for dual enrollment. And they also tell you how many credits you can apply for. So it seems like Hillsborough County is different. Like you can just go and register for dual enrollment. But for some counties, yes, you have to go through the counselor, and the counselor is the one that recommends you to take dual enrollment. And as a matter of fact, if you are a student who is struggling or who has a lot to do to complete your classes, they are not going to refer you for dual enrollment.
I see what you're
Am I
saying
right?
with that.
In the state of Florida, the requirements are the same regardless of the school. Because dual enrollment, it's a law. So if you go to the state website, what they have is valid for all schools. The students needs to have a 3.0 on weighted GPA. That's for all schools. And once you're admitted into the program, if it is a community college, you have to maintain at least a 2.0 GPA at the college, while you'll still be maintaining at least a 3.0 at the high school or middle school. Things can change whether the student is enrolled at a university. For example, if your child chooses to do dual enrollment at USF, the requirements will not be the same as if your child would be enrolled at HCC. USF, I believe, they need a 3.5. It depends on whether your child is going to be at a community college, which is a 2-year college, or at a 4-year college. Because 4-year college, they do not have the same requirements. But if it is a community college, 2-year college, they have the same requirements in the entire state.
Okay, like for instance, my sister who just did ask the question, if the child or the student is fighting, is struggling to complete her high school degree or even middle school degree, now can you recommend some student like this to move on with dual enrollment?
No, definitely. I mean, I wouldn't recommend a student. I want to go back to what you were saying with just, you know, so as far as what we're presenting to you guys today is definitely the core information, basic information that's just put out there. It's all available online, right? So quote unquote, that is the role of a guidance counselor at any site, to seek out those students, of course, and to offer that information if it's needed. Let's say, quote unquote, your student isn't seeked out or recommended. That may not, it may be because it's their freshman year, you know, and the following year, maybe they will be reached out to. If a student falls under these categories or guidelines, that could still be their part in taking that step to reach out to the guidance counselor and finding more information on how to enroll and to see if this would be the best fit program for them. But en realite, if the student can't handle this, it's not for everyone. It's not for everybody. You know, we're just here to present it and to expose what's offered for everyone, right? You have to fall underneath the guidelines. That's not for every student. It may not work, because like you said, it's very intense, it's very rigorous, it's a lot of work, a lot of balance. They have to be mature enough to handle being a part of a program like this. So definitely that's between the child and the parent to evaluate all those options before they come upon that decision, if they are qualified to join the program.
You may try to help this child or for the parents to save some money, but you fail that child for life.
So you said it well, because I said that in the beginning. I don't know you were here at that time, because you have to look at both sides of the coin. There are advantages, but there are also disadvantages. If your child does not have the maturity level for dual enrollment, do not send your child. For example, imagine a college faculty is not a high school teacher. Two completely different things. When you go to college, you have to behave. For example, if you ask an HCC college faculty, what is your biggest challenge with dual enrollment? The professor will tell you discipline. The students are not disciplined. So when you send your student to a campus of HCC or USF, you have to make sure that your child is mature enough. Otherwise, might be setting up your child for failure, and you don't want to do that. So like Sister Charles said, dual enrollment is not for everyone. So we have to be honest.
And also consider the other options that we mentioned too. Like if they're already at middle school, take it step by step. Okay, you're in middle school, let's take high school courses. Because that's building the child, that's preparing them, making sure they have all the discipline in place and that they're academically ready to even aim to that level. So with everything we're discussing about dual enrollment program, look at the stretch you have, right? It starts from middle school, from 6th grade. So they can start taking high school classes, all right? So by the time you get to high school, let's get you into some AP courses, see how well you do there, and all in the same time, you're building your GPA. They can have a 3.0 GPA by the 9th grade. And then from there, maybe that will be a better position for the student to possibly get into the dual enrollment program. So all of that is there. AP courses are kind of the same. You just aren't at the college taking the class. It's not necessarily as difficult, but it's still the same. So maybe you can try that with your child. Like, hey, why don't you try to take an AP course? Let's see how that goes. If you can handle it, maybe there's a possibility you can apply for the dual enrollment program. There was a hand over here first. Okay. Whoever wants to speak.
Hello.
Hi.
So based on the based on the criteria he listed before, I don't think he's talking about dual enrollment. I think he's talking about more of collegiate academy. Can you guys explain him when he was
Okay.
like the recommendation for my guidance counselor? You don't really need that for dual enrollment.
No, not at all.
Yeah, so that's like more collegiate academy type of quality. Can you guys list the difference between those? Dual enrollment and collegiate academy?
I'm not really too familiar with collegiate academy, how that operates, so I can't answer that question. I'll pass it on to Professor Luke.
Okay. Collegiate academy is when, for example, the public school, for example, if the student is enrolled in a Hillsborough County public school, that student may go to the collegiate academy, and there, the advantage is that when you go there, you are not dealing with college students. You are only dealing with students of your age. So you are dealing with students who are in high school, might be 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade. So it's a big advantage. For example, Broward College has a collegiate academy on campus, and they only serve students who are in high school. So if your child can get into a collegiate academy, I think that's a wonderful thing, because your child will be taking college courses with his or her peers. I think that's a huge advantage. Yes.
When it comes to collegiate academy, I went to Leonard High School down in Ruskin. And so because there was a HCC campus right across the street from us, the South Shore campus, the collegiate academy students had the option of going to HCC, still in the collegiate setting with actual collegiate students to also take their classes. So although they are most likely going to be paired in classes with their peers, they're still facing the same things that dual enrollment students would if they take collegiate or dual enrollment. It's all the same at the end of the day when it comes to the college classes, is it not?
Because HCC, we are still working on that. We don't really have, we might mention it, but we don't really have a collegiate academy. Broward College does, Miami-Dade College does. We call it collegiate academy, but it's not really that, I would say.
Is the collegiate academy not through the high school and not the college?
It is for the high school,
Yes.
but the way we do it at HCC, it's not fully implemented yet.
Okay.
Because when you are in the college academy, you don't see college students. You only see your peers. So it shouldn't be mixed with college students who are also on the same campus as you are. So that's the main difference.
Hello.
Yes.
Good evening. My question is that if you got your diploma from high school, you could still go to college, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Because I graduated high school in 2019 and I got my diploma. So now I'm trying to see if what college I could go to so I could continue my career.
Let's start at ACC. Let's save some money and make life great. And go enroll and apply at ACC. That's all you have to do. In addition, with the entry test that you may have to take so they can see where you're at, you will need your high school transcript as well. And if you just go to ACC and speak to an advisor, they can provide you all those steps and information on how to enroll.
Yeah, you can just walk in. You don't need an appointment. Go to any campus, any HCC campus, and ask to talk to an advisor.
All right, do we have any other questions? One more?
Okay, let's say that the child goes, is not able to go to dual enrollment to save some money, and this child graduates from high school. Now, what the resources that you can provide for those to get financial aid to get into college?
Can you elaborate on your question? Or can you rephrase your question?
Okay.
Sir?
So you giving some ways for the student to do some shortcut, which means they can get to the dual enrollment, save some money, finish school earlier. Pretend that the child now is not that bright or unable to to go to dual enrollment. Now, the student graduates from high school. The student needs now to go to college. Do you have some resources to lead that student to get some financial aid, some scholarship to go to college?
Most high schools in Hillsborough County definitely push college prep. So with your question, it goes back to the same resource, the same point of contact. Speak to a guidance counselor, and they should be able to assist the student in finding all those resources and information. As far as scholarship goes, they can start applying for scholarships, as well as reaching out to the school that they want to go to. There's advisors in place there that can guide them through that process and let them know what all resources available to them so it can be possible for them to have a successful education. Does that answer the question? All right. Anyone else? We got one more?
So my question is, I'm gonna speak on the family aspect. Do you have any tips on how like the family can handle the dual enrollment? Because like I know like for me as a social worker, I've seen it where like the mom gets stressed out because she has to deal with like taking the child to school and help with homework, and then also like they're taking extra classes and dad is not doing anything and stuff like that. Like what can you like talk about that?
My tips as a teacher, when it comes to parent and student, number one, you have to give your child that space for them to excel academically. Hogging your child about how they're doing in class doesn't always work all the time, you know? Of course, you're supposed to check in as a parent and, you know, check in with the teacher. And now let's look at it as they're at the pre-college prep level. And that goes back to maturity level. They have to be able to stay on top of their own academics. So number one, give your child that space to excel academically. And pas pour pas haïtien. No more l'école l'église la caille, okay? La caille needs to be going home, or they need a study group. They can't go home and go wash dishes, okay? Y'all, let me not say this, because I love that y'all involved in the church, but we got to find that balance. And everything is just going to be balanced. It's not just l'école l'église la caille. Focus on the l'école for a little bit. Put that 70% and divide that 30 with l'école la caille, right? But what I'm saying with that is You know, parents, don't stress out your students too much. Give them space. Check in every now and then, of course. If your child comes to you about struggling academically, listen to them. Don't just think, and that could be, and even if it's not like an academic struggle emotionally, children are going through a lot nowadays, okay? This new generation, Gen Z, y'all are bringing it for us, okay? So it's all about the approach of that and giving your child whatever support that they're really asking for. You know, if you hear a child say that, man, they're just not understanding this, you don't have to be the person for them to understand, well, where can I go to get you that help? Have you addressed the teacher about struggles you're having? Do you know about any tutoring services that are available to you? And especially when it comes to that, there's so much resources online. So that's my take on how a parent can support a student if they are entering the dual enrollment program.
Yes, let me add something to that. I think if your child is dual enrolled, I think it's time for you to stop being what they call a helicopter parent. Let your child go. It's that time. If your child is struggling, pas penser que vous allez aider dans toute bagaille. Apprendre à communiquer avec college faculty, demander aide. Tout campus Hillsborough Community College, il y a un tutoring center pour anglais, mathématiques, computer, social science, toute aide si moun a besoin la venir dans campus là. Regarde pas besoin de mettre dans tête tout c'est pour aller de là toute bagaille. Quand on parle gain temps pour faire toute bagaille ça yo. Apprendre Charlois pour venir complètement indépendant ou bien indépendante. La struggle, communiquer avec faculté et puis chercher help. Il va besoin de dépendre de pour toute bagaille.
Okay, one more thing too. Like, let's just say that you enter, even if it's not just for the dual enrollment program, I just want to give this life tip and just reassurance that don't be afraid to fall short, okay? Because everything you're hearing us say is going to be challenging. It's going to be rigorous. It's more intense. Like, I'm talking homework every day, homework on the weekends. You know, if you find yourself in a space in which you're struggling, possibly failing a class, one thing I like to tell my young people is, go seek out the information, right? I'm a 7-year undergrad, so I just want to share a little backstory. I'm a 7-year undergrad, and things got really hard for me. 2017, my dad got deported. Once I heard that news, I'm like, I'm dropping all those classes. 2 weeks before all my exams. I couldn't do it. And I didn't know where to go from there. I'm just like, is this my whole future now? I'm just gonna drop out of college. This is not gonna help my dad anymore. But that's just to say, whenever you've fallen short, looking at this in a trajectory, it may seem hard, but don't be afraid to go into the struggle. Know what your resources are. So once I failed all my courses and I did take all my exams, okay, I'm like, I gotta go talk to someone. I gotta tell somebody. I hid it from my mom for like a few months, but the point is, I went and seeked out that information and seeked out that help. Or like Professor Luke has mentioned, there's so many resources on campus. It's nothing wrong with not fully comprehending the material that's presented to you. Don't be afraid to make friends, to join study groups. All of that is there for you, okay? So that's my life tip. Keep that in mind.
Sister Charles, if I may ask you.
Yes,
in
go
your
ahead.
case, before dropping those courses, did you talk to anyone?
I didn't talk to nobody. They did not see me. Where's Miss Charles for her exam? I was not there. But of course, after the fact, there's so many ways to go about it. You gotta go see an advisor. You hear us mentioning that title so many times. That's what they're there for, to advise you in case you are in that position or even if you're not. And so from there, I went and I seeked the help that I needed and I explained my situation. A lot of you guys don't know there's so much that you can appeal. So what ended up happening, I thought I would have to pay for my classes again, and I didn't have to. I had a hardship situation, right? I gave all the details of what was going on. And thankfully, I was able to enroll the following year and to take courses again.
Yeah, that's one of the worst mistakes you can make as a college student. Do not drop a class before you talk to the faculty and an advisor. Let's say you are dealing with some life situations and you are overwhelmed. Maybe you can get an incomplete. The incomplete does not do anything to your GPA. You just come back the following semester, you finish the class. But if you get a W, guess what? A W is not a failing grade. When you go to USF, they are also going to look at that W. If you have too many W's on your transcript, they will play against you.
And I didn't know that. So like Professor Luke is saying, if you, a I stands for incomplete, a W is for withdrawal, I believe. So my mistake in just making that impulsive decision was just like, I'm just gonna do it. But I didn't know that those options were in place that probably could have helped me along the way or prevented, the extent of my time throughout my college career. So definitely, make sure you're just knowledgeable about all those things. Don't be afraid to ask, but the help is there. So I want to say that if you're in the dual enrollment program, those resources apply to you as well, but we don't want nobody here to fail and walk those same paths. Oh, they had a hand? He had his hands up too.
Yes.
But
So I just want to say that dual enrollment is easier than high school, just so you know.
And I didn't want to say that because how that's going to sound from a teacher's perspective, right?
I've went to the dual enrollment program. It's easier than actually going to high school, even though it's in college. And also one thing, you can negotiate your grade if you know how to do it. Just saying. No, like I've negotiated a few A's and B's. Yeah.
We got a professor right here.
I mean, maybe not with you, but I definitely was gonna get a B. And I'm like, hey, yo, what's good, man? And then I got you. And then they give me.
That's why I said it's important to build that relationship with your faculty.
Also, when it comes to dual enrollment in high school, whenever you go through elementary school, middle school, high school, they choose all the classes for you. There's a set track that they let you go on. You take this class, next you take that class, Everything is set. The only thing you guys choose is your electives in high school and middle school. However, once you get into dual enrollment, everything is on you. You choose the classes you take, you choose what time you take them, you choose what professors that you have. And so that's another thing that you have to keep in mind, that the discipline to know where you're going and what direction you want to go, it's all on you. Yes, they have the advisors. The advisors are very important. Every semester that I took dual enrollment classes, I sat down with my advisor beforehand and I asked them, hey, am I moving in the right direction? What class should I be taking next? How should I proceed? Because one thing about the professors and the advisors and everybody on that campus, they want you to pass. They want you to succeed, and they're gonna give you all the resources that you need to get you there. But at the same time, it's on you. That wasn't a question, I'm sorry.
Thank you guys for your input, that was so helpful.
So I have a question. I know like when you fill out the application for the financial aid, right? They give you the financial aid, and after, like, let's say if you fail one class one time, they will give you some kind of like, some community colleges will give you like some kind of like they'll forgive it, and then like until you fail the same class again, if you fail it twice, then they take away your financial aid. Is the dual enrollment the same way, or is it different?
One thing I know about dual enrollment, you cannot fail a course.
It's already free, so let's not even think about failing.
Like technically, like financial aid is basically free too.
Right,
except,
right.
Yes. But it's like, they do have like where like they forgive the first fail that you failed, and then like the second one, then that's when like they take away your financial aid. So why isn't the dual enrollment the same way?
Well, I believe a financial aid advisor will definitely have the appropriate answers for those questions. Because, it might play out differently, being that it's dual enrollment. I just can't fully answer that to the extent I would want to.
Dual enrollment students are not allowed to fail. You cannot get a failing grade. Okay.
Because like it states, you have to maintain a 2.0 ACC GPA. You need a 3.0 to get in, but you need a 2.0 to stay in. You fall under that 2.0, hopefully that kind of creates imagery what could possibly happen. But again, we hope that no one falls under that guideline or seek out information from your financial advisor. Any other questions? One more question?
Yes, gen pil ti moun ki jwen 4 ans en free pi al nan collège. Est-ce que si ti moun nan gen 4 points GPA, ou du moins 3.9, est-ce que SAT yo pi bas que 12 points, est-ce que yo qualifié pour 4 ans free collège là?
That's a very specific question, you know, for like whoever that student is.
That depends on the
I
criteria.
don't, you have, they have, I can't answer that question.
Want me to answer?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Jean, avant ces questions, c'est pratiquement étudiant déjà qui a un scholarship pour aller dans 4-year university. C'est par exemple étudiant déjà qui a un scholarship pour aller dans 4-year university. Bon, pas d'intérêt encore, pas déjà gradué high school, j'en présente des questions. Il pas d'intérêt pour aller dans community college. Il va directement dans l'université, pas déjà un scholarship, cap couvrir tuition.
Did you
pas
say the
d'intérêt même.
student already had a scholarship or they want to get a scholarship? Parce que chaque scholarship different. Non sa yap ofri ti moun nan, or how they can even qualify for it. So that's why we can't really give you a direct answer because it depends on that scholarship.
Chercher, contacter guidance counselor dans l'école si maintenant.
Also, can I just add, there's an app called Schooly that gives scholarship based on different criteria that doesn't have anything to do with your grades in high school. So you can try that. And some people like have won like a lot of money through scholarship. So you can always try that. And also, one more question. What is the difference between college and university? Some Haitian parents tend to think that going to university is better than going to college right after high school or during.
The money is a difference.
Yeah.
I saved a lot of money. Can I give my backstory again? So as you know, with my passion of education, I went to Blake High School. So at the time, they implemented a program called Urban Teaching Academy. So upon joining that program, we were already offered a full ride to be a teacher. Isn't that awesome? And I fell under that category. So thank God, you know, my situation was taken care of. I had a tuition-based scholarship. That means I didn't pay for any of my classes. What am I saying with that? So, ask your question one more time. The money, right. So, I had the option of Bethune-Cookman or to stay home. I did not want to stay in my Haitian household. No, I did not. I wanted to leave. Give me a reason, Lord. But I stayed, and I went to ACC, and that was like one of the best decisions of my life. But to share with you guys again, so I applied for ACC. It's already cheaper than USF. So I saved me about like $2,000 per semester, and that's being a full-time student. Where that extra $2,000 went to? Me. I had a car every semester. I'm not lying to you guys. I wasn't managing my money the best way. That's also what you're hearing. But thank God my books were paid for. I was getting my siblings, you need a book? I got you. So thank God. And that's from taking the route with the 2+2 plan, right? So throughout my journey at ACC, I didn't pay for anything. All of that was just extra money in my pockets, right? So that means I didn't need to take out any loans. By the time I got to USF, I still had some money left over. I kind of was playing around. So it covered like my first year, my tuition-based scholarship, and then the remaining of my last 2 semesters, I had to, take out a loan to cover the rest of my classes. But histoire for me when it pauvre, like I could not go ask my mom for no scholarship money or tuition money. I had to figure it out. So that's just to say in my story, thank God I had that scholarship. So even if it's with families that have so your child, it can be in a situation where you make too much for your child to get help. That's real life. Some people make too much for their child to get help. Why would you want to fall under that? Take advantage of the resources. There's so much free money out there, and thank you so much, Purple Shirt, for sharing that website. There's so much free money out there. So difference in a college or university, it don't matter. At the end of the day, when they go to apply for a job, they don't care what school you went to. Does it say degree?
The courses are the same anyway.
Same, yeah, the courses are the same. But that's the really big difference. ACC, USF, it doesn't matter. It's the money that make the difference. So I hope that answered your question. Yeah, I think that concludes our presentation today. If you would like more information, Professor Luke have a whole packet printed out for you guys, so we can hand it out at the end.
All right. Nous voulons remercier speakers nous yo pour façon que tu présenté sujet après-midi. Mais juste avant nous mettre fin à programme l'après-midi, on a invité Sœur Melissa dans quelques minutes qui pour aller by expérience personnelle parle pendant que elle était enrôlée, que elle était fait dual enrollment. She has done it. She's gonna tell us what did it do for her, and then can she encourage somebody to do it?
Good evening, everyone. As you know, good evening. My name is Melissa Felix. I was over there in that corner on the mic a couple times. You probably heard my voice. But yeah, I did dual enrollment. I'm currently a second year at the University of South Florida, major in biology, minor in philosophy. And honestly, dual enrollment was probably the best decision that I made in high school. As I said before, I went to Leonard. It's down in Ruskin, and it was right across the street from the South Shore campus. And so I would go through my entire school day, wake up, go through my 8 periods, and then after school, I would walk across the street and take my dual enrollment classes. When it was first offered to me, I was a little skeptical at first, because in my head, I'm thinking, I'm in high school, what am I doing taking college classes? It's gonna be so much harder, it's a whole new bar park, am I gonna be able to do this? But walking into the campus and actually taking classes, like Rufika said earlier, it's not that hard, honestly. Like, I know that it sounds hard, but in my head, at least the way that I thought about it, this is how it worked for me. I saw it as an extension of my school day. I saw it just like high school, because if you put in your head that it's gonna be this hard thing and it's gonna be terrible and I don't know if I can get through this, you're gonna be less likely to succeed because you already decided for yourself that you're not going to. And so I just thought of it as an extension of high school, and I went about my day and I took my classes. Exactly. Yes. I don't know if they mentioned it earlier, but the classes that you do take in dual enrollment, those credit hours that you take count towards high school as well, and so that adds to your GPA. I believe if you pass, you get 0.04 added, maybe?
Yes, to your weighted GPA.
Yes, to our weighted GPA. You get 0.04 added. And so I took 62 credit hours from my freshman year to my senior year, and I ended with a 6.84 GPA because of it. And also because of that, I gained enough credits to become the salutatorian of my graduating class because of the dual enrollment classes that I took. So I thank God and for everybody for the opportunity to be able to take these classes. In my opinion, I'm so sorry, I can keep going. In my opinion, dual enrollment is better than AP. Yes, AP, yes. AP classes are good. AP classes are necessary, they are very rigorous, and they set you apart, they give you more added to your GPA, and it prepares you for those harder level classes. But at the same time, AP classes are for the entire year, from your August to May when the school year ends, that's AP classes. But for dual enrollment, it's split into 2 fall and spring semester, and so you have more of an opportunity to take more classes other than just AP. And if you don't pass the AP exam, and you get less than like a 3, then it doesn't count, and it's, but dual enrollment, you know? What else? The professors are there to help. Do not, like they said, do not shy from the professors. Honestly, if you walk up to them after class, ask them a question, let them know your name, let them know your face, because when you do form that relationship with your professors, they're more likely to give you that aid, or you're more used to seeking that help. So whenever you do get to a low place, God forbid, but it can happen, and be okay with that. Like I said earlier, be okay with that. But if you do get to that place, you're more comfortable talking to the professors to get you to a better place to succeed. What else? Dual enrollment. So nice. Do we have anybody who lives down in the Ruskin area, or goes to Leonard High School, or East Bay High School, or Sumner High School, or any kind? Oh, is she kicking me off? Oh, okay. I don't think I have very much to say.
Final exam.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the information. So it isn't hard. It is possible. It is possible. Bien avant nous finir, nous allons passer la chance pour capable dire quelques mots. Et avant ça fait, nous gagnons une forme. Nous t'allons passer dans l'assemblée à tout le monde qui l'école. Et là, fin fil, s'il vous plaît, fait département éducation, trouver forme ça. C'est une façon pour nous capable connaître mieux et pour nous capable connaître qui aide qu'on besoin. N'a besoin de nom, adresse, téléphone, email adresse, non parents, téléphone parents. Dans quelle école vous êtes? Si vous êtes dans le collège, what is your major? Si c'est dans high school ou bien middle school ou bien elementary school, what is your grade level? What is your goal? What are your challenges? How can Department of Education help you? What type of support do you need? Et si vous sont petit monde qui gifted, let us know and tell us what you best at. Si c'est biologie, si c'est mathématiques, si c'est géométrie, quel que soit ça li a fait nous connaît. Yon façon, si nous gon ti moun k'ap struggle dans yon matière, nous ka kon ki moun pour nous contacter pour aider li si nous même nous pas ka aider. So please fill that form for us and return it to us. Parce que si pas bon nous pas connaître et nous pas de façon pour nous aider. Parce que but nous année ça, c'est pour nous go through the journey with you. But you have to let us in. Let us support you so you can be successful in life. It is possible. You can become whatever you want to become in this country. Because as Christian, the sky is your limit. Now, j'invite Pasteur Lucien Joseph pour capable avancer. Et après le programme ça fini, n'a demandé mesdames s'il vous plaît pour être capable passer dans la cafétéria parce que Women Ministry a prétend nous pour meet and greet qui est ensemble avec nous après-midi. Pas aller dire yo qui ça nous t'a vle yo fait pour nous.
Chers frères et sœurs, chers amis, bonsoir. Et pas me battre de nous bonsoir. Mon gars suivant là yo bonsoir. Et nous bénissons Seigneur parce que le bail nous un week-end rempli et après-midi nous sommes réunis pour nous capable joindre une séance de formation ça sur un aspect qui est très important dans la question éducation petite nous. Dans notre pastoral l'église nous voulons remercier le département éducation. Dame l'église a battu un petit bravo pour le département éducation s'il vous plaît. Yes. Nous voulons remercier le département éducation parce que ils ont fait promotion pour le programme, ils ont planifié table ronde là et rendre que c'est pas seulement mon l'église qui bénéficie mais que mon online ont bénéficié de programme après-midi. Also nous t'arrêter remercier de tout cœur chaque grand frère, chaque grande sœur qui quitte Caillou et moun qui suivent nous online yo tout et qui participent dans le programme. Nous voulons remercier dans notre pastoral l'église professeur Joseph Luc et madame Carlene Charles. Moi demande nous un petit bravo pour eux s'il vous plaît. Dans l'église nous disons merci. Merci parce que nous avons accepté l'invitation ça pour nous être capable de venir là après-midi. C'est vrai que responsable d'éducation, il y a un mot de remerciement parle pour le bail. Mais en tant que le pasteur de l'église, moi juger le nécessaire pour nous capable de remercier nous. Il faut nous dire nous tout que Bethany c'est la caille. vini les nous voulons. Et moi sûr et certain que chaque fois l'église a besoin de nous, nous mettons nous disponibles pour l'église. Que bon Dieu est capable de continuer à bénir nous. Et que tout ça que bon Dieu mette dans brain nous, pas seulement aider nous utile communauté ça, mais pour nous capable utile bon Dieu jusqu'à ce que nous arrivions dans le ciel. May God continue to bless you. We are very proud of you. Merci beaucoup frères et sœurs et n'a passé Maïa à responsable éducation pour capable bailler mot de remerciement par lui juste avant que nous capable finir. Thank you so much.
Nous voulons encore une fois remercier professeur Luc et professeur Charles. Parce que lorsque nous avons relé, pour nous demandé pour venir faire présentation ça pour nous assurer, sans hésiter, ils te répondre. Professeur Luc, je même qu'on parle avec madame li m'te relé pour me dire madame s'il vous plaît, est-ce qu'on peut dire pour moi s'il peut présenter dans samedi après-midi 18 ça. Professeur a même les mêmes relé pour lui dire oui, il est capable. C'est pour un bagage que nous jouons facile. Pour moun disposé et disponible, pour capable aider la communauté. So après-midi, nous t'avons dit nous tous deux, de tout cœur, moi reconnaissant parce que nous t'avons accepté pour nous venir après-midi à éduquer peuple bon Dieu, éduquer ti moun yo di yo qui ça que yo capable faire, pour capable trouver succès dans vie yo et pour capable aider non seulement tête yo demain et famille yo. Plaque certificat ça me présenter à nous comme un geste d'appréciation parce que nous t'ai quitté activité nous quitté famille nous pour nous capable venir là après-midi. On a side note, professeur Luc, c'est membre l'église Bethany lié pour monde qui pas connaît. Si nous besoin d'aide, adresser les moins sûrs et certains, il pas refuser nous. Ce certificat dit comme ça, Certificate of Appreciation. This certificate is proudly presented to Professor Colleen Charles for your outstanding service to the Education Department of Bethany Church in Tampa. February 18, 2023, Director of Education, Lucnin Agui, et Church Pastor, Pasteur Lucien Joseph. Merci un peu. Certificate of Appreciation. This certificate is proudly presented to Professor Luke Joseph for your outstanding service to the Education Department of Bethany Church in Tampa, February 18, 2023. Education Department Director Luc Ninagui and Church Pastor, Pastor Lucien Joseph. Merci. Thank you very much for your service. Et pour nous capable mettre fin à programme nous après-midi, m'a invité à mettre debout, n'a tout clôturé ça bas et n'a demandé mesdames pour capable passer dans la cafétéria right after pasteur Lucien fait prière là pour nous. Thank you very much. N'a invité nous à mettre nous debout pour nous capable chanter. Reste avec nous, Seigneur, le jour décline. Reste avec nous, Seigneur, le jour décline. La nuit s'approche, nous menace tout. Nous implorons ta présence divine. Reste avec nous, Seigneur, reste avec nous. En toi nos cœurs ont salué leur maître. En toi notre âme a trouvé son époux. À ta lumière, elle se sent renaître. Reste avec nous, Seigneur, reste avec nous. Sous ton regard, la joie est sainte et bonne. Près de ton cœur, les pleurs nerveux sont doux. Sois que ta main nous frappe pour nos couronnes. Reste avec nous, Seigneur, reste
On ferme les yeux nous pour nous prier. Notre Seigneur et notre Dieu, nous voulons rendre grâce et gloire à toi pour ce que tu es dans notre vie. Tu es l'éducateur par excellence et nous comprenons, Seigneur éternel, que l'éducation et la rédemption sont une seule et même chose. Et dans cette perspective, nous nous donnons corps et âme afin d'avoir une église, une jeunesse éduquée. Non seulement, Seigneur, pour être utile à cette communauté, mais au-delà de toute mesure, d'avoir une jeunesse utile à la communauté céleste. Que dans le monde, Seigneur, capable de bénir nous, bénir jeunes nous, bénir parents nous. Bah, une intelligence, Seigneur, pour être capable d'étudier et que l'étude, Seigneur, va grandir la communauté dans tout aspect. Merci pour deux mondes qui ont été utilisés après-midi. Merci pour le département d'éducation. Merci, Seigneur, parce que vous accompagnez nous pendant ce semaine. Tandis que, Seigneur, mesdames, vous allez dans l'autre rencontre. Mais nous-mêmes, Seigneur, qui prenons la caille, nous sommes capables de continuer à accompagner nous. Bénis-nous, protégez-nous. Nous comptons sur la puissance de Saint-Esprit. Dans nom Jésus, nous prions. Amen. Mercredi soir, demain, si Dieu veut songer, n'a bien prière sous les noms. Mercredi soir, c'est ici à Napier. Qui croit que Napier mercredi soir? Si ya. Et vendredi, si Dieu veut, a bien un programme spécial jeunesse. Week-end qui là, c'est jeunes seulement qui travaillent. Est-ce que nous entendez moi? C'est jeunes seulement qui travaillent. Nous attendons l'église mercredi soir, vendredi soir. Bonne semaine à tous. On dit leur bonne semaine.